I have a confession. My productivity workflow looked organized on the outside, but inside, pure chaos. I had one tab for ChatGPT, one tab for my Notion, one tab for final notes, and somehow another tab where I copy pasted everything because I didn't trust my own system. I was basically a human clipboard API. Then one night at 2 a.m., fueled by coffee and existential dread, I asked myself, why am I acting like middleware between two apps? So I did what any sane developer would do. I stopped complaining and built my own solution. I called it Synapse. The idea was simple. What if ChatGPT and Notion had a baby? And that baby actually inherited the good genes. I wanted one workspace where I could think with AI, write in a real editor, organize pages like Notion. Just one brain for my entire creative process. So I designed around 3 panels. First, the left side, here we have the page structure, your workspace spine. This is where everything is organized. Your pages, sections, and hierarchy. It gives you a clear overview of your entire project so you can navigate quickly, restructure content, and keep everything logically connected as you build. Second, the middle. This is the AI chat, your thinking partner. It helps you brainstorm ideas, generate content, solve problems, and refine your work in real time, so you're never stuck staring at a blank page. Last, the right side. This is the editor, where the magic happens. It's where your ideas turn into actual output. Writing, designing, and refining your content in real time. Everything you plan and generate flows into this space so you can shape, polish, and finalize your work. Now, time to build it. I fired up VS Code and started with Next.js. So the first component I built on the homepage was the app shell, basically the main container that holds the entire app together. From there, I set up the core layout, 3 resizable panels sitting side by side, each with a clear role in the workflow. On the left, you've got the structure, your pages, and how everything is organized. In the middle, the AI chat, where ideas get generated and refined. On the right, the editor, where everything actually comes together. The key idea behind all of this is having a single source of truth, the active document. Once that changes, every part of the UI updates around it. The sidebar reflects it, the chat uses it as context, and the editor displays it. Everything stays in sync without needing complicated state management. Next, I needed backend power without building 5 separate services. That's where Insforge saved my life. Here's the problem with building AI products. You need auth, database, storage, file uploads, and AI. Most tutorials stop at just call OpenAI. Cool. Now, where do I store user data? Insforge gave me all of this in one SDK. Authentication, Postgres database, file storage, AI integrations, streaming support, and more. And its setup was super simple. First, I created an account on Insforge, spun up a project, and grabbed the essentials, your base URL and anon key. These are basically your app's credentials to talk to the backend. Then I dropped them into my environment file. Nothing fancy here, but this step is critical. Next, I initialized the client. This is your gateway to everything. Database, auth, AI, all of it. Think of it as your control panel. After that, I set up the database with just 3 core tables. Documents, which stores what the user is writing, messages, which keeps track of the user's chat history, and files, which handles attachments in case we want to extend the app later. Once that's in place, persisting data becomes ridiculously straightforward. You just insert data and move on with your life. Then comes a fun part, wiring up AI streaming. This is where my app stops feeling static and starts feeling alive. What I wrote here is subtle but powerful. Instead of waiting for the full AI response, it's streaming it token by token. On the front end, you tap into that stream like this. This loop is doing something deceptively simple. It reads a chunk, decodes it, appends it, and re-renders the UI, then repeats that cycle until the AI is done thinking. The first time this works end to end, from typing a prompt to seeing text stream into my UI, it hits different. Now, not everything was smooth. I ran into a couple of real problems while building this. The first issue was with the AI. It sounded smart, but it wasn't relevant to what I was actually working on. The answers were good in general, but not specific to the page I was editing. So I realized the AI needed context. What I did was include the full document context in every request. Things like the title, selected text, and the current content of the page. That way, whenever I asked something, the AI had background information about what I was working on. It's similar to how ChatGPT uses memory and conversation history to stay relevant. After doing this, the difference was obvious. The AI stopped feeling like a generic chatbot and started acting more like a contextual, personalized assistant that actually understood the task. Next, I wanted my AI to be able to interact directly with my notes. For example, if I say, "Can you create a table?" the AI generates one and I can insert it straight into the page. Or if I ask it to update and reorganize my document, it can restructure everything and apply the changes for me. Basically, it crosses the bridge from just suggesting ideas to actually making changes inside the document. To make that work, I had to move beyond plain text responses. Instead of treating the AI like a chatbot, I started treating it more like a tool that can return structured output, things like formatted content or instructions. Then on the front end, I interpret that output and decide how to apply it, whether that's inserting a block, replacing a section, or updating the entire document. You can approve a replacement, append it, turn it into a new page, or just dismiss it. So yeah, I tried to fix my productivity mess and accidentally built the app I always wanted. It's not perfect and still has some bugs, but it's doable. Now let's actually try it. For example, I want to study Python. Normally, I'd open ChatGPT in one tab, ask questions, get answers, then copy everything into my Notes app, then try to organize it later when I've already forgotten the context. But with Synapse, watch this. I create a new page called Learning Python. I start with a rough thought. I want to learn list comprehensions. Then I highlight that text, click Ask AI, and boom, AI streams back a detailed explanation with examples right here in the chat panel. I review it. Looks good. I click Append. Now it's in my note, not replacing what I wrote, just adding to it. Then I think, wait, I also need to understand generators. I type that into chat. AI responds. This time I click New Page because generators deserve their own document. Suddenly, I have a clean page tree on the left, Learning Python on the parent, and generators as a subpage underneath. That's the workflow I always wanted but couldn't find anywhere else. So if you're tired of being a human middleware layer between AI and your notes, maybe Synapse is worth a shot. The GitHub repo link is in the description if you want to try it yourself. Just create an Insforge account for your backend setup and also grab your API keys from the dashboard. It takes like 2 minutes. And also, Insforge made this entire build possible. Without it, I'd still be wiring auth flows, configuring database migrations, setting up S3 buckets, and debugging OpenAI API rate limits. Instead, I got auth, database, storage, and AI streaming all from one SDK. It just works. And if you love using AI agents, Insforge also has MCP support so you can connect tools, workflows, and AI capabilities without building everything manually from scratch. Same with Blocknote for the editor. I didn't want to build a rich text editor from scratch. That's a rabbit hole that ends in tears. Blocknote gave me a fully featured editor with markdown support, /commands, and custom blocks out of the box. I just plugged it in and focused on the product. So huge shout out to both of those tools. Links for Insforge and Blocknote are also in the description if you're building something similar. And if you made it this far, drop a comment and let me know what productivity pain you're dealing with. Maybe I'll build that next and subscribe to stay tuned for that. Well, that's it for now, Novas. This is Jason from Nova Designs team. Thank you for watching.